Hey guys, and to the last couple of books on my TBR I sadly didn't finish. They'll just roll over to next month. One of the first ones is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. I did make a decent dent in it, but the person who I was buddy reading this with, Katie, over at Katie Loves to Read, sadly had to DNF this book because she just wasn't loving it, and I completely understand. The first half of this book is so difficult to actually get through. I can't say anything about the rest of the book because I haven't got there yet. I am going to continue on with this just to see if volume 2 in this book is better. I should probably explain that this book is split up into 3 volumes. Not 3 individual stories, just different volumes within the book. So I can only really tell you about the first half of the book. This is a book about magicians, and it is set in the past. I think like 1800s kind of thing. When we first get introduced to this book, we kind of follow Mr. Secundus, who is a scholar of magic. He's not an actual magician, but he studies the magical arts kind of thing. It's not like a Hogwarts thing where it's like he studies magic and learns magic and then can do magic. He just learns about magical acts. And there's like a whole kind of like university with loads of these learned scholars of magic who are not actually magicians. Then enter Mr. Norrell, who is an actual magician, as in can do magic. He kind of makes a proposition, I'm really the only real magician here, why are you guys getting all the luck and having all these books on magic and things when you actually can't do magic? I make a proposition of like, if I do a great magical act, all you guys have to stop learning things about magic because I am the one true magician, blah 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 blah. So obviously the great magical act happens and these scholars have to kind of lock up the university and just be like, well, that's that, we'll go do something else now. And then we follow Mr. Norrell. Mr. Norrell's character is just so infuriating. You actually want to jump in the book and punch him in the face. So I completely understand why Katie DNF'd it. Completely. Because there is quite a few times where I did want to actually throw it across the room, but I was scared for the other furniture in the house because this thing can do damage. And it is not actually my book, it's my fiance's. So I don't think he would have been too happy either. I do have to say, a lot of interesting things do happen in the first volume of this book, but that is kind of bogged down with how infuriating Mr. Norrell is, and also the people that he befriends. They are just so sleazy and just ugh. It's like when you're watching TV and you know someone's a bad person and you're shouting at the TV going, no, don't believe them! But obviously the character believes them anyway, because they're stupid. But yeah, even if he didn't have sleazoid friends, Mr. Norrell will still be an absolute douche canoe. He does quite a hefty bit of magic, and that is bringing someone back from the dead. But he actually doesn't bring them back from the dead. He enchants a fae character and they bring her back to life. But the fae character and Mr. Norrell make a bargain. Basically, I'll bring her back to life if I can have half of the life that I bring her back with. Kind of like if you brought her back for 10 years, the fae would get 5 and she would get 5. That kind of thing. They did a higher age than that, but still, the gist is still there. Cause I don't think I explained it well. Oh my god, this book is heavy. I'm just gonna set this down, cause ow. Oof. Oh, that's better. Don't think I can lift my arms now, but hey. And basically, Mr. Norrell, being the one true magician, is trying to bring magic back to England. I don't know how and why he's gonna do this, because he just sits on his ass and does nothing. Unless it's for his own personal gain. But yet he still believes that he's trying to bring magic back and blah blah blah. And that's pretty much where I'm up to right now. It sounds like I'm not enjoying it, but I kind of am. It's raised some questions where I'm kind of like, okay, well, how does that turn out? How does that turn out? I am intrigued enough to continue with the book, but seriously, if volume 2 goes the same path as volume 1, I will end up DNFing it. That's all I can say about Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell right now. The next book that I failed to finish this month was The First 15 Lives of Harry August. This book is interesting. I was very confused by the first couple of pages because I've never read anything like it before. And just to say that I was confused doesn't mean that it's not well written or a good book. I just didn't get it for a while. In this book we are following Harry August, who has many lives. Every time he dies, he is reincarnated to his own body into his own life, but he still retains the knowledge of the lives that he's lived before. Like I say, interesting. I have read a bit of this. There's nothing wrong with the book. There's no reason why I haven't finished these books. It's just that I kind of hit a wall, both mentally and physically. Just the wall of you will do nothing. Hopefully I'll manage to get out of that soon. This book kind of jumps a little bit, like from his second life to his fifth life to his first to his fourth, and it tells you snippets of things that happened in that life and how it affected him in previous lives and things like that. It is a very interesting book and hopefully I will be able to finish it soon. And sadly, the last book that I haven't been able to finish is Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. If you've been here a while, you know that I love Morgan Matson. Every single book of hers just gives me the warm fuzzy feels. This book follows Taylor and her family going back to their summer house for possibly the last time. But things happened with Taylor at the summer house a couple of summers before this one. I haven't found out what those things were yet, but she has run into her supposed friends out there and they're kind of giving her the cold shoulder and being a little bit off with her. I don't know the reasons why just yet, but hopefully I'll get into it soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye! Chin chin. Oh my god, this book is heavy. Whoa, steady on, sweetie. Like this video, give it a thumb. Got a very cracky thumb. Insert that footage.